let's move on, Jim.
Yay.
Let's move on to the card of the week.
Yay.
So this card is from my Muldrotha deck. This card is, I think, you know what? I actually want to pull up EDH Rec before I say the name of the card.
Uh-oh.
I want to. How many? Is it going to give me a percentage?
How many decks play it?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, it
really
should.
interested to know. So it is in 54,993 decks. But
Yes.
in order for me to figure out if it's in this certain deck, if I need to pull up Muldrotha,
There's 12,000 Muldrotha decks on
it
here,
is in
so.
52% of Muldrotha decks. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. So the card is Kaya's Ghostform. So Kaya's Ghostform is a 1-mana enchantment aura, which states enchant creature or planeswalker you control. When enchanted permanent dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control. So it does quite a few things. I mean, this card is basically broken in Muldrotha. I'm just straight up is. Because with it being a permanent, oh, you're in the graveyard? Okay, now I just redo it. And this is part of an infinite combo with Muldrotha. It's Kaya's Ghostform with Muldrotha plus Lotus Petal.
Okay.
So Lotus Petal is a 0-cost artifact where you sack it, you get 1 mana of any color.
Oh, okay.
So it's so that's part of an infinite combo.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's you can get infinite. It's literally insane.
I see nothing wrong here.
So one of the things you could pair this up with something like Ravenous Chupacabra. Ravenous Chupacabra 2/2 black. I can't remember if it's a 4/4 or what. But we're at Ravenous Chupacabra.
4/3?
It might be something like that.
Yeah.
But Ravenous Chupacabra ETB, destroy target creature an opponent controls.
Oh, it's a 2/2.
It's a 2/2. That makes sense.
Yep.
So if you Ravenous Chupacabra, destroy something, you Kaya's Ghostform the Chupacabra, sack the Chupacabra, get it back, blow something else up. There's a lot. There's so many silly things you can do. You know what you could do? One of my favorite things. Okay, one of my favorite cards. I love this card is Agent of Treachery. You know.
Oh yeah, the one where that's the one where you steal stuff from someone.
Yes.
Okay.
So Agent of Treachery. Let me pull it up so I can.
I was gonna say this card right here seems pretty dirty with Muldrotha. Secrets of the Dead.
Yeah.
Do you play that one?
No, because I have better options.
Oh, better options.
So we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh, okay.
But
I have better options.
Well, and I'll show you why. Okay.
Okay.
So Agent of Treachery is 5 and 2 blue, 7 mana for a 2/3. 7 mana for a 2/3. What does it do? It says when Agent of Treachery enters the battlefield, gain control of target permanent. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents you don't control, draw 3 cards.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I'll
give me
do
the
that.
Agent of Treachery, then you Kaya's Ghostform the Agent of Treachery, sack it, another ETB, so you
up.
steal 2. Oh, it's
Dirty.
dirty, man. It's
Muldrotha. I remember when the card came out. I'm like, this is dumb. Like everyone just knew that it was gonna be a dumb commander.
oh Muldrotha.
Like, why is this even a thing? Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Secrets of the Dead real quick. So Secrets of the Dead is it's a 3-mana enchantment, 2 and a blue. It says whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, draw a card. So there's another card that has a similar effect that I run. Let's see if I can find it here. Here we go. It is River Kelpie. River Kelpie is a 5 mana, 3 and 2 blue for a 3/3 creature beast. Whenever River Kelpie or another permanent enters the battlefield from a graveyard, draw a card. Whenever a player casts a spell from a graveyard, draw a card. Persist. It also has persist.
The persist part is crazy for this thing, man.
Yeah. So I run River Kelpie. I do not run Secrets of the Dead because there's just River Kelpie. There's a lot more stuff on it.
Yeah.
And I'm running this is a control build, so I have it. I'm running a control shell with this.
Right.
Which, speaking of control, in the March of the Machine Aftermath, I think it's Aftermath. No, I don't. I think it's Aftermath. But there's the Praetors. There's the new Shieldred.
Not the flip one?
No,
correct?
the flip one.
Oh, the flip one.
The flip one. Yeah, I picked up a copy of Shieldred. The Shieldred is 3 and 2 black for a 4/5 menace. When Shieldred enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature or planeswalker. And you can pay 5 mana, 4 and a black to flip it. And then it turns into the True Scriptures, which is a saga. If you can, okay. Chapter 1. For each opponent, destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls. Chapter 2. Each opponent discards 3 cards, then mills 3 cards. Chapter 3. Put all creatures from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. Exile the True Scriptures, then return to the battlefield, flipped as Shieldred.
To ETB.
To ETB.
They have to sack.
So I replaced Rise from the Dark Realms with this card because it gets you that. It does get you that effect.
Wow.
And Rise from the Dark Realms is a sorcery.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is extremely slow, yes, but still, it's.
I'm looking at the card right next to it on EDH Rec, Renin Realmbreaker.
Oh yeah, picked
Yeah,
that one up.
Yeah, that card's messed up. Dude.
Yep, Renin Realmbreaker.
I didn't even look at the other
mana.
abilities. I just looked at the passive, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Akaya's Ghostform is busted.
Yeah.
Is absolutely
Just to be able to return anything
It's crazy.
when it dies, and then the ghost form goes to the grave.
So
correct?
hang on. Yes. Kaya's Ghost Form does go to the grave.
Except if you have it.
But let's look at Kaya's Ghost Form. It says, when enchanted permanent dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control. Or exile. So if you put this on Shieldred, the Flip Raiders, if you pay that, if you flip it,
Yeah.
it returns back to the front side. It should return back to the front side.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why you'd want to do like.
I was like, but what's the point? You want to spend 5 mana to do nothing?
It's not doing nothing. You're getting that front,
the trigger.
that front ETB
right.
again.
Okay.
So if you don't want to wait 3 turns to get that effect again,
Yeah.
you could do that. Now again, you don't have to pay the 5 mana. You could sack it or whatever.
True.
There's
And
other ways to do it.
Yeah, sometimes the sacrifice is better because for the other side it says for each opponent destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker they control. So if they have indestructible or hexproof, you can't target it. Yeah. You can't do it with the True Scriptures. So yeah, having that option to just instantly bring her back and then they sack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's just so many ways that Kaya's Ghostformer is just extremely helpful. Now you can only do it to a creature or planeswalker.
Yeah.
So creature or planeswalker control.
Which that's a problem.
Yeah, right. I was just thinking about like enchantments or artifacts if you wanted to do that, but it does have to be a creature or a planeswalker. So
makes sense.
But yeah, even planeswalkers too. It's
great card. Even if you do the bare minimum with this card of just being like, I put it on Muldrotha.
Yes. Yeah. Then you're getting those effects again of you can play a so with Muldrotha, it's you can play a permanent of any type from your graveyard once per turn. So you can play 1 creature, 1 artifact, 1 land, etc., right? So if you played a creature with Muldrotha, you can't play another creature unless Muldrotha leaves and comes back. That's a new copy, as it were.
It's a new version of that card.
It's a new version of that card, so you get those effects again. Right. So you can play another creature if you wanted to. So, and that's where you get around that limitation with Lotus Petal. So because Lotus Petal, I already did an artifact. Well, no, it's another version of Muldrotha. So you get to do another artifact.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty busted.
Wow.
So
ridiculous.
So basically, one of the combos, it's basically if you have Altar of Dementia, it's Altar of Dementia, Lotus Petal, Kaya's Ghostform, and Muldrotha. You constantly sacrifice Muldrotha to the Altar of Dementia, fill up your graveyard, and then you have the Kaya's Ghostform continually go on Muldrotha, but with the Lotus Petal, you're constantly sacking Lotus Petal for the 1 black. That gets you that black mana. So you're filling up your graveyard, and now your graveyard is empty, and then you can... there's multiple ways of winning the game with your library empty in this deck.
Right.
So I only have 2, that being Jace and what's the Thassa's Oracle. There we go. That's the other one. So
Lab Man's the other one.
But I don't have Lab Man in this deck. But still, so
yeah. Well, the other 2 are better for you anyway. So
yeah. I have 1 Planeswalker and then 1 creature. So I don't know if there's other ways to do that. That's not Lab Man. I'll have to look.
Yeah, I think it's only those 2.
I think it is. Yeah. So, anyway, that is Kaya's Ghostform. I remember when this card came out, when this card was released in War of the Spark. I'm like, it's a common. It's a 1 mana common, and it's just so dude. It's just a common. Wow. It's 68 cents. 68 cents, I think, on. According to EDH Rec, it's 68. It's 68 cents, but I'm pretty sure that
that might be MTGO.
It's $1.29 on Card Kingdom.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that middle one. I'm not sure what that middle one is. It's a cheap card. Okay, that's pretty much what we're trying to get at. So that is this week's card of the week, Kaya's Ghostform from War of the Spark, in Magic the Gathering. So yeah, that's Kaya's Ghostform. Jim loves this card.